You're sitting in a parked car outside your parents' house. Engine off, keys still in your hand. It's almost 1 a.m. and you've been sitting there for 20 minutes because you don't want to go inside and you don't know where else to go. You're 20. You have a degree you're not using, a job you don't talk about, and a phone full of people you used to call every day. Nobody warns you about this part. Everyone talks about turning 18 like it's the finish line. Nobody mentions that 20 is where the road actually starts, and most of us are driving it with no map, running on a half tank, guessing at every exit. Here are the 5-mile markers I missed. 1. The friends who make you feel small don't announce it. There's a guy I used to sit next to at lunch who had a way of laughing right before I even finished a sentence not mean about it, just enough that you second guess the next thing you were going to say. Small thing. I let it slide for 2 years because he'd been there since 9th grade, and leaving felt like betrayal. It was just a different road. You don't owe anyone a seat in your car just because they got in early. 2. Your body keeps score even when you don't. I skipped meals through most of one semester because I was too anxious to eat and too proud to say why out loud to anyone. Nobody clapped for it. Nobody noticed. Actually, that was the worst part, how quiet it was. It just cost me a year of energy I never got back, and I didn't even clock what I'd lost until the following spring. 3. The debt isn't just money. I said yes to a credit card at 19 because the guy at the folding table had a lanyard and a free t-shirt, and 3 years later, I was still paying off a semester of impulse. Buys I can't even remember making. But the real debt was time. Every extra shift I picked up to cover the minimum payment was a night I didn't spend becoming anyone. 4. You will lose people who did nothing wrong. Not everyone who leaves your life betrayed you. Some people just belong to a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. I had a best friend from age 12 to 19 who I haven't spoken to in 3 years, and neither of us did anything to cause it. We just took different exits at some point without noticing. 5. By 20, most people have made maybe 2 decisions that actually shaped anything: where they went to school, who they dated seriously. 2. Everything else ran on autopilot. That means you have more control over the next stretch of road than you think. And most people never touch the wheel because nobody ever told them it was theirs to turn. I think about that car outside my parents' house a lot. Not because anything bad happened that night, nothing did. That's almost the point. I just sat there long enough to realize I'd been driving on a map somebody else drew. My parents, my friends, whoever posted first on Instagram that week. And I hadn't checked in years whether it was even going where I actually wanted to go. You don't need to fix all 5 of these tonight. You probably can't. And trying to would just be another version of autopilot. Pick the one that made your chest tighten a little when you read it. That's the one that's true for you right now, and it's usually the one you've been avoiding looking at directly. Pull over, look at the map, then get back on the road you rode this time.